Hey Padres, this is Chase, like the bank, and I'm here with Ollie of the DadPods. What's up, Ollie?
Hi, it's nice to finally see you guys.
Sweet. Today we're just going to glad to see you too. I guess we're gonna talk shortly about the Nintendo 35. Is that what it is? Nintendo 35?
We're talking about all the Super Mario 35th anniversary stuff. Well, some of it anyway. We're doing Super Mario Brothers 35, Mario Kart Live, and Super Mario 3D World, and Bowser's Fury.
Bowser's Fury. So that one is a remake, correct?
Yeah.
Is it a remake?
I guess Mario 35 is too, sort of.
Mario 35, yeah. I guess they kind of pitched it as like a remake, but it seems like a new thing to me. Like they're old levels, but it's a new way to play them for sure.
It's definitely crazy. Why don't we let everybody watch the clip, and then we'll talk a little bit more about Super Mario Brothers 35.
Okay.
Welcome to Super Mario Brothers with 35 players? Compete against other players near and far in this online battle game. Enemies you defeat will be sent to other players' courses, but this also works the other way around. Use the item roulette and these 4 strategies to try to outpace your opponents. Keep going until you're the last Mario standing or running.
All right, so what we're seeing kind of like the original Super Mario Brothers from, how long has it been? It's like almost a 30-plus-year-old game, right?
I'm guessing 35 years.
Yeah. So we're seeing a 35-year-old. That makes sense. I finally got it. That's why they call it Mario 35. I thought it was a 35 Mario, 35th Mario. All right, so we got this 35-year-old game, but now we've got kind of modern technology creating these little windows that you're seeing other. Are you watching the other players play as you're playing?
From what it described, it's you're watching the other players play, but like when you kill an enemy on yours, it sends it over to like one of the other random screens, and then the idea is to be the last person alive.
Yeah. Now, if you're like familiar with other Mario games, this reminds me a lot of Dr. Mario. You played Dr. Mario? So it's very similar in concept to that, where when you're playing the multiplayer, you're not really playing the same area as someone else. But if you do better, it causes your opponent to have plagues and parasites or whatever it is that they call them in Dr. Mario added to their screen. Like you're basically affecting them as you're playing.
Right.
So this is with 35 people all at the same time.
Yes. It looks absolutely insane.
It does look insane. Is there an elimination process on this, or is it just like?
Yeah, I think the impression that I got from the commercial right there is that if you die, then you're out, and the idea is to be the last person.
Got you. So this is kind of like a battle royale for Super Mario platformers.
Yeah, that's right.
That's pretty cool.
It has potential. The weird thing, absolutely insane. Oh, my shoulder just disappeared.
The weirdest thing for me about it is that it's only out for a limited time. Like it's not that like you have so long to purchase it, is you have so long to play it. It's right. Free for.
It's I want to say that it was March 21st.
Gotcha. So you have, around 6-7 months to play Super Mario 35.
And then, oof.
And then if it does well, maybe we get longer, and if it doesn't, then that's the gimmick.
Yeah, the impression that I've gotten is that it's going to be a free game for Nintendo Online subscribers, so I think it just goes away.
Yeah, it really is this is like the weirdest trailer that I've seen Nintendo do is for Mario 35, and I'm the most curious about it. Like the other things that we've seen that we're going to talk about, like I'm super excited for it, especially the next one, Mario Kart Live. But I know exactly what Mario Kart Live is. Like I know what to expect. I don't know what to expect from Super Mario 35.
Well, the cool thing is you don't have to wait very long. Today is the 29th, and it comes out on the 1st.
Is that the first?
Yep. So I'm going to be playing it. If we can figure out how to capture at least a little bit of video on the Switch, maybe we can show some people how it is.
That'd be pretty stellar. I don't know if I'll be able to, like, I guess I'm going to have to just peel my daughter off it. Like, I get the Switch during this time frame because I don't want to miss out on it. That's what they're doing, is they're creating this don't miss out. You only have so long, so there's anxiety involved.
I'll just pick up mine.
There's anxiety for us to play this 30-something-year-old game. How old was it again? 35-year-old game.
Yeah. So you did mention Mario Kart. That trailer looks pretty awesome. Let's let people see it, and then I do have a few thoughts on it. So everybody check it out.
So this one is what I'm most excited about. All right, just hands down, I love Super Mario Kart. I currently play it just about every day on the phone. I used to play it, all the time on the Switch, the Nintendo Wii. Now the phone's my go-to because it's just easy, handheld. I like it. But this version with the RC cars is dope. What do you think about it?
I mean, I obviously have a few questions right off the bat. The big one being, what if you have carpet? Because if you notice, there's no point in the commercial that it transitions from a hardwood floor to a carpet, so that could present some issues.
Yeah, most modern RC cars are pretty good at moving from one type of flooring to another. I imagine that Nintendo would have to have kept that in mind. Keep in mind, this is also $100 cart that you're purchasing.
Each.
Each. That's a premium cost for an RC car.
It's true.
I mean, yes, you're getting the game and stuff, with it, presumably, but it's still, I mean, that's a pretty expensive buy-in for a video game. It's a pretty expensive buy-in for an RC car. I would hope that the technology is not just the camera and that it's also in the wheels itself. And what I noticed in the trailers that, like, when you're hit by a banana or a shell or something like that, your car actually looked like it physically slowed down and stopped to simulate that in your home environment. So there's got to be some pretty cool technology in that.
I completely agree with that. One thing that I do think is interesting is you saw in the background there are other cars. It's not just the Mario and Luigi. So this could end up being a cash cow for Nintendo, because eventually people are going to want their favorite Mario Kart as something that they can buy.
Yeah. Now, on their website right now, they are just selling Mario and Luigi, so we aren't 100% sure yet if there's going to be additional.
Right. That's what I'm seeing. But, you know, like my son, for some reason, he loves Bowser Jr.
Mm-hmm.
So at some point, he's going to want that Bowser Jr. And is that going to cost me $100? Is there going to be an option to buy it without the game?
Yeah. And as, you know, obviously someone who collects amiibos, I can see that being an expensive hobby for you, collecting Mario Karts. Especially if they do even like, you know, a small amount of like the characters that they're adding to the phone app, Mario Kart Tour, like that's adding new characters every other week, it seems like 2 at a time. But it started out with like a pretty small amount, and now it's probably the most characters that I've seen in a Mario Kart game. They're just reskins. There's nothing special about them. But if they did something like that with the Mario Kart Live,
even if they stick to the core, you know, just the 8 that you had in the original Mario Kart, you're still talking about $800.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a big collector's thing. Hopefully it's fun. I also worry about the courses themselves, because you know, sooner or later those courses are not going to be it's not really an infinite number of courses.
Well, assuming you have a finite amount of home.
Assuming.
I mean, you could adjust it however you like, but yeah, it really favors people that have a large open environment. I know that it's going to turn my house upside down. It's going to freak out my dog. My dog's going to just lose his mind over this. But I can see us weaving these things in and out of the kitchen, you know, all kinds of places. So for me, having a sizable downstairs and open concept, it seems all right. But I can see, like, if you were living in like an apartment and or a smaller home, smaller floor plan, closed off, this would not be the most exciting thing for you. It kind of closes you out of a cool Mario Kart concept.
Unless, you know, I can start building stuff outside and the cars have the right kind of connection to the Switch, in which case that could be really cool, because then you do have very much infinite possibilities just based on what's around you.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. They didn't emphasize it or show it, but can we take these things to the park? I can take my Switch to the park. Can I use that to play Mario Kart Tour?
That would be fun.
Or Mario Kart Live, rather.
Yes. I'm just thinking how cool it would be to send it, you know, jumping over a little ramp that I brought with me to the park, or going over a wooden bridge, and that would just be neat.
That would be pretty slick.
So
that would be. And trying to crash, you know, your friend's cart into the pond.
That would be. You want to talk about Mario Kart being the fight-inducing game. So, last but not least, we have Super Mario 3D World. Now, I loved this game on Switch. I think it's the best, aside from, you know, the most recent Mario Odyssey. I think it's the best multiplayer 3D Mario game, because it kind of switches between the 2D and 3D, and it's pretty neat. It looks like they're also adding an extra section or something. It's really mysterious right now. That's what Bowser's Fury is. Mm-hmm. So check out the trailer, and then we'll discuss more.
So, other than Bowser's Fury, is this the same game that we played a few years ago?
As far as I can tell, one thing that concerns me about it is there's some controls on the original that are very definitively Wii U controls. Like there's an entire level where you're supposed to blow into the microphone to make the fan powered things move, and then there's another one where you have to tap the screen in order to get it to get the platforms to rise.
Yeah, I remember that.
Those things obviously you can't do on the Switch. It lacks those, especially if you're playing it in TV mode. So I mean, I don't know what they're going to do for that. I can't imagine that they're going to not do anything. Like there obviously Nintendo's already come up with something. I'm just really curious what it is.
Yeah, I do like those functionalities. I remember them quite a bit in that game. Also, speaking of functionality in games, the Super Mario 3D All-Stars that's come out has with it Super Mario Galaxy, the first one, and that was very much utilizing the Wii specific capabilities. And they managed that on the Switch, but it didn't have like the blowing or the tapping that you had.
Well, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The Wii, Galaxy, everything that the Wii could do, the original Wii, the Switch can do easily. The controllers have the sensors on them, so you can do the motion controls. And then, I mean, that's really about it. That's the biggest concern I would have is those motion controls.
Yeah. But
that's it.
You're saying the Wii U had different functionality, like even beyond what Switch can.
And I mean, like I said, I'm sure Nintendo's figured something out because I can't imagine them putting out something that was unplayable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember really, really enjoying the game, and I remember those features. I don't think that, I feel like those features were needed for me to enjoy the game. Like, I would enjoy it in spite of it. So if they were to take that out and, have a button press, do what, you're normally doing, by blowing into the controller, I personally wouldn't mind. I don't know how the kids would react for one version versus another, but as an adult, I don't really care for blowing into controllers or tapping them or doing weird things that make me stand out in weirder ways than I already stand out.
No, I agree. I just there's levels that completely depend on that mechanic, and I'm just kind of curious how Nintendo is going to accommodate that.
Yeah. So. Now, of the three games that we saw today, it seems like and from Nintendo 35 in general, it seems like the only one that was purely 100% new was Mario Kart.
Right.
Everything else, it seems like they're really carrying on that nostalgia, and kind of giving us that. What do you think of that strategy overall?
I think banking on nostalgia is a really solid thing to do. I don't know if there's really much nostalgia for Super Mario World or Super Mario 3D World. I think it was a phenomenal game, but it came out in 2015, just 5 years ago. Not really something that'll have achieved the nostalgia status yet, but they are banking a lot on games people have played. Also, just as a point of reference, the Wii U was not a very good selling console for Nintendo. I think everybody knows that it did not perform very well. At this point, just about every one of the biggest games on the Wii U has been re-released or is to be re-released on the Switch, which pretty much erases the Wii U from memory.
Yeah.
So, I feel like that's not an accident.
Probably not. It's actually a good thing too, because even though Wii U wasn't extremely popular, the Wii U games were exceedingly great. Just about everything that they put out, especially the Nintendo first party stuff, was really fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. Now, if only we could get some more Legend of Zelda remakes.
Well,
Skyward Sword, Nintendo, are you listening?
I apologize about to beat up this child. I guess that happens. But she's over here daddying me every 5 seconds.
I can relate.
Okay.
Yeah. Nintendo, Skyward Sword. Come on. Let's do it.
Yes, the Skyward Sword. Oh man, there's a lot of Wii U that still needs to be put on the Switch for sure.
That's true. All right.
Now, that said, I'm still not happy that some of the stuff like All Stars that they're not fully on board with the remaking process. You know, some of the remakes that we've been seeing, especially in 2020, it was a really good game year. And the remakes have been super quality, gorgeous graphics, putting out new sound design, new recordings, new visuals that just blow the originals out of the water. And Nintendo needs to jump on that.
3D World looks a lot better than it originally did, but it's not that big of an upgrade. I feel like unless they wanted to redo Mario 64 in like just from the ground up, then it's going to be... Oh, I'm being summoned. Well, I feel like we've accomplished a lot. I mean, this is our first video. I hope everybody enjoys it. Everybody at this point, I'm sure, can tell we have a digital background instead of showing you our actual houses. Except for Chase here, who's just upside down.
Yeah, this is actually what we're doing right now. I'm hanging from the ceiling like a bat, as I do.
And yeah, so thank you everybody for joining us for our very first video. Hopefully we will be able to do more of these, and hopefully they will become better quality as we get this all figured out.
I hope that they stay the high quality that we have set the bar to today. I think that we have put the bar of video podcasts. Is that what it is? Is it video podcast?
Like right about here.
It's up here, and I hope that we stay at that standard from this moment forward.
That's right.
With noisy kitchens and noisy kids and questions and heads disappearing. It's beautiful.
With real life.
Yeah, but that's why we're the DadPods.
That's right.
And so, anyway, speaking of which, I'm Chase, like the bank, here with Ali.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for visiting. Bye. Floating head.
Bye. They're everywhere.